Good morning, everyone. Dina here, and today I am sharing everything I eat today. Easy, realistic vegan meals. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, stick around. But first, I am getting started with my water and my coffee, and I will sit on the front porch and enjoy some early morning sunlight for some vitamin D and watch the hummingbirds. And this is really my favorite part of the day on my days off, just sitting, relaxing, and watching the hummingbirds. They really seem to enjoy the petunias, the marshmallow flowers, and the canna lilies that I have planted around the property. So I'm just going to make a quick hydrating juice, and I think I'll also cut up some cantaloupe because it looks so good today. The cantaloupes are coming in and they look amazing. So I'm just going to make a quick hydrating juice that is full of electrolytes. So I have some celery, a couple pieces, about half a cucumber, a lime, and some carrot. And I'll also put just a pinch of salt in there for the sodium because I will be working outside all day and it's really hot, y'all. It's so hot. And look at this beautiful baby right here. Whoa. So I think it's going to be pretty juicy. Let's see. Yum. Let's check this guy out. Perfect. Perfect. This melon, I had to stop myself from eating the entire thing while I cut it up. So I just have my juice going in my glass here. So good. That celery makes it a little bit salty. Perfect for a summer day. So I have my beautiful melon, I have some banana, and I have some homemade coconut yogurt. I'm just going to put on here for a little bit of healthy fat. So good with the melon and banana too. Hemp seeds for a little more healthy fat, and of course protein. A little bit of protein on my bowl of fruit and juice. And I am going to enjoy this thoroughly. And I have a good bit of yard work to get to today, so I need all of this hydration and electrolytes. I'll be out in the hot sun most of the day, and I haven't quite decided what I am going to do for lunch yet, but I will catch back up with you then. For lunch today, I thought a classic broccoli salad sounded really good, and I'm going to start by making my dressing, which I'll also use for what I'm having for dinner tonight. And I'm just starting with about 1.5 cups of soaked cashews. They've been soaking for a couple hours while I was getting some things done outside. And for spices, I have garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and celery seed. Salt is optional, of course, always. The celery seed does add a little bit of natural saltiness, so if you're doing no salt or low salt, celery seed's always a good option. And I just have my broccoli that I had just blanched in warm water and lemon juice and salt, and then put in some ice water, and that's about the entire head of raw broccoli. So I'm just going to get this blended up and show you how I mix this up. This is such a classic summer salad here in the South. Picnics, going to the lake, going to pool parties. Is broccoli salad a thing where you live? I had never heard of it or had it until I moved here to the South. So if you have a version of it that's popular where you live, I'd be interested to know. I almost forgot the important ingredient here, which is apple cider vinegar. About 2 tablespoons. Watch out, Biscuit. Watch out, Biscuit. And I have just blended this up until it's nice and thick and creamy. And I'm just going to add in now some freeze-dried dill. About a tablespoon. And some fresh chopped parsley. And I'll have some on my broccoli salad here, and I'll save some for my dinner tonight. I'll probably even have a little extra. This is such a delicious, quick, and easy dressing to have on hand. You could thin it out a little bit more than that with a little more vinegar, plant milk, or water if you want a thinner dressing for a salad. But for what I'm using it for dinner, I'm gonna need it to be nice and thick and creamy. So add in my red bell pepper to my broccoli, just finely diced red bell pepper. And I'm just going to spoon a little bit of this over top and give it a good mix. That's actually more than I wanted to put in there, but that's okay. I guess you could kind of call this like a vegan ranch. I've never been a fan of like the traditional ranch dressing, but this is kind of like a vegan ranch, I guess. So if you're a fan of ranch dressings, you'd probably like this one. So it looks nice and inviting and not super messy. I am going to top this with a few slivered almonds for a little bit of crunch. And that looks just about perfect to me, and I am hungry, so I'm going to sit down and enjoy every bite of this. Guys, stop harassing me, because I'm making dinner for me. Yes, dinner for me. Both of you can go lay down. Both of you can go lay down. Bo Biscuit the cat is harassing me, but it's time to make dinner. So let me show you what I'm making tonight. I thought this sounded so good. I haven't made this in a while, and I have been really craving it, and that is some vegan crab cakes. Super easy to make, and what they're made out of is just hearts of palm. I know, a little bit of a luxury ingredient. Still pretty affordable though. I have 1 can of chickpeas. I have my dill, mayo or dressing, whatever you want to call it, from earlier. I have a little bit of mustard. I have some chopped parsley, bell pepper, celery, green onion, and I have my spices, which are garlic powder, onion powder, crushed red pepper, a little bit of seafood seasoning or Old Bay, and a little bit of salt. And I have a little bit of chickpea flour. You could also use like just breadcrumbs or whatever, but I like to use the chickpea flour. It makes it nice and crunchy. So super easy to do. I'm gonna get started by just mashing up my chickpeas. You could actually even do this all by hand. You really don't even need a food processor. But I'm tired today. Rock and I worked hard outside in the heat, and we got a little bit of a pop-up late afternoon rain, so I thought it'd be a good time to just call it a day, take a quick shower, and get on with making dinner. It has stopped raining already, so it'll be perfect, nice and cooled down. After dinner, Rock and I can go for a walk. That's why they're harassing me, because I said the word. I said it out loud. Okay, so let me just pulse this up. I'm just going to pulse the chickpea, and I'm going to add in all of my spices. They don't have to be mixed to mush, just kind of mashed up, which you could also just do with a fork. And in go my spices, and I'm going to put in about a 1/4 cup of my mayo sauce here. my yummy dill sauce. And I'm going to put in about a tablespoon of some nice spicy brown mustard. I like my crab cakes to be a little bit spicy, so I did put some crushed red pepper in there. I know not everybody likes them spicy, but I like them to have just a little bit of a kick to them, so it's a theme with me, isn't it? I like spicy stuff, what can I say? Crab cakes were always one of my favorite things to order before going vegan. One of my favorite things to order when we would go out to a restaurant. I just love crab cakes. And when I first went vegan, it took me a while to really find something that satisfied that craving, but was still, you know, healthy, because that's one of the reasons why I went plant-based, is for my health. And of course, it's been a whole long journey, and now I can't imagine ever eating any other way. But this recipe really satisfied that craving for a good old-fashioned crab cake. So it's definitely worth trying. If you haven't tried it, the hearts of palm give a really nice texture, and it's just really good. It makes a fish taco filling too. They're really good. And you can see that the hearts of palm give like a nice flaky texture. I've got some big flaky chunks of hearts of palm. And give this a good mix and form it into pretty little crab cakes. We have some escapees. We got to get those back in there. Everybody in. So this was about 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup of each of the veggies. I just kind of eyeball it. You can put more or less. I like mine to have a lot of veggies in there. Makes it look so pretty. And I thought about putting some nutritional yeast in here, but I don't think I'm going to, so I'm going to put that right back up there. And I'm going to get a tray so I can make these patties and set them aside until I am ready to air fry them, which is how I'm going to cook them. You can cook them in a little bit of oil in a hot pan. I don't recommend cooking them in a dry pan. They tend to stick, so I have found the best way to cook them is either on a sheet pan in the oven with parchment paper, or just directly in the air fryer. And since it's like 1,000,000 degrees outside today, I'm going with the air fryer because I don't want to turn the oven on. So I just have a baking tray that I lined with aluminum foil and sprayed a little bit of avocado oil spray on there just to keep everything from sticking. So I just have a baking tray that I have lined with aluminum foil and a little bit of avocado spray oil, just so things definitely don't stick. And how pretty is that? Just going to make these up into about probably 3 or 4 ounce a piece patties. I could get a measuring cup out, but I really don't feel like doing a whole bunch of dishes, and I already have a lot, so I'm just gonna kind of measure it by like about a palm full. Makes a good serving size. And I was going to coat these in a little bit of chickpea flour, but I think I'm going to try it without the chickpea flour this time and see how it does. I haven't done that before. I just want to try and see, you know, what the texture will be. So we're going to find out together whether it's a yes or a no with that. It looks like we're going to get about 8 patties, which is not too shabby for, well, this last one's going to be a little small. Not too bad for 1 can of chickpeas, a few veggies, and 1 can of hearts of palm, right? I am going to fry them at 400, press them down a little bit. I'm going to air fry them at 400 for probably about 10 or 11 minutes. Your air fryer might be a little different, but while my crab cakes are cooking away, I'm going to make a quick little sauce for them. I've got a nice, just little simple mixed green salad to go along with my crab cakes. And I am going to take about a tablespoon of my dill dressing. And here in the South, you cannot eat crab cakes or anything like that without a little hot sauce. So I have some homemade hot sauce I'm going to mix with my vegan dressing here. There we go. And this is just some hot sauce that I made out of peppers in the garden, and it's pretty hot. That might be a little bit much. So my crab cakes are out of the air fryer, and they look to be just about the perfect texture with no breadcrumbs needed. Don't they look good? Oh, yeah. Let's put some sauce on and try these. I am hungry, and these look amazing. Still really hot though, really hot. Oh, and you can see all the veggies in there. The texture looks perfect. Mmm. So I think this will do it for me for today. I don't think I'll have any snacks tonight. It's already 7:30, and this is a pretty large meal. This has been a super nutritious, super easy. You saw it only took a few minutes to do each meal. Healthy, attainable, easy vegan food. That's how I like it. And if you like this kind of content, please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And those of you that have, I truly appreciate you sticking around with me, watching me. I'm enjoying all your lovely comments. I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you again